All right, hello and welcome to today's kimchicast. I, of course, am Box Kimchi, here to bring you the worst English cast, or any cast, of the LLA Spring Split 2024, as we are here to get into day 5, or as it says in the title, week 2, day 2, as we open with Leviatan versus 6 Karma. And 6 Karma, winless on the season, but they've also only played one series, which they lost, of course, to, I believe it was Isurus? To Rainbow 7. Wow. I casted that and I forgot that series. It was a very boring series. I am sorry. But All Knights, I am thinking of the next game, which is All Knights versus Infinity, and I'm jumping the gun as we are getting into the draft here. But Leviatan, some really close games. It's kind of weird. They've faced two of the best teams in the region so far. The literal two best teams in the region. Not even just two of the best teams in the region, in Estral and Isurus, and they lost all 4 games. They took Isurus to a pretty close game 2 after getting smashed in game 1. And they took Estral just yesterday, if you remember, to an insanely close game 1 where they looked like they were going to win for a little bit before just getting edged out in the Baron pit on a slow rotation. And game 2, not even a competition, sadly, for Leviatan. They've been putting up a hell of a fight, though, and they have taken out All Knight, so they have gotten their win on the board and pretty much punt their ticket to playoffs, unless Infinity, 6 Karma, All Knights, Leviatan all start brawling and trading wins against each other in this double round robin. 6 Karma, they're looking for their first win of the season here against Leviatan. A lot of the analyst desks members did say that Leviatan not going to win this one. Some of them gave it 2-1 to 6 Karma. Most, I think it was 4 2-1s and a 2-0 over in favor of 6 Karma. I do think there's a good reason for that, obviously. Oh, wait, what the heck? 6 Karma not respecting the Rumble here and giving it over to Zhaoni, who's kind of been the carry so far, actually. He's kind of just been this absolute menace for Leviatan. He's been the core reason they have been winning for the most part. Like, KDA of 444, which is very nice, as we see the Kasante locked in for Ache, and Mataz going to grab the Lucian for 5 kid here. So probably going to see Lucian Nami. We saw it busted out yesterday. I don't think it won. It did win. That was Astral Esports game 2, as we see a Maokai response with a Tristana flex pick here, but it's probably going to go mid for Kotapaco. So it should be, unless something really changes, but not going to be the Nami. The Milio's still available because Leviatan didn't pen it out and didn't snag it, so Rebel going to be able to get one of the best supports on the patch right now with a very strong ADC. Maybe the best ADC. It's really complicated. Like Ashe, as you've seen, has been banned every single game here in the LLA. Or most of the games. I'm pretty sure week 1. I think it's week 1 Ashe got a game. Yeah, Shadow got his hands on Ashe as a support, and that is the only game of Ashe this season. 15, or not 15 bans. Yeah, 15, now 16 bans and 1 pink. That is 100% presence, but VAR is banned away from Virus. Had a very, very nice game on it yesterday. Sadly, won again. God, I'm going to keep mixing up my games. That was last week. That was against Isurus, I believe. That he busted out the Varus. He did. It went very poorly, and then got it against All Knights. I really need to memorize this stuff. Got it against All Knights. Absolutely smashed them on both games. Yeah. 6 Karma, not taking any chances. Silas banned away from Seiya, and you don't see that very often. Silas not really talked about. Not even really present in the LLA so far, and Kalista making it this far through the pick ban phase is actually really impressive. And we're going to see with the Sejuani getting rid of a pick that's very much common into this Maokai. But Kalista not being picked up by Leviatan might be something that comes back to bite them. This is, I believe, only the second or third time Kalista's gotten through first ban phase, and we're going to see the Talia picked up for Seiya, as nothing really changes. This is just a very common meta comp minus the Callista and the Varus. They had both ADCs available, and they really just wanted the Tristana, as Virus is looking at one thing that he hasn't picked yet. This would be an interesting pickup if he commits to it, but I think he's going to go with the safer option. Has not played the Draven just yet this season, and it will stay that way as he gets his hands on Aphelios, another one of the strongest ADCs on the patch. I mean, Varus, Astralis, Varus, Aphelios, Lucian, Callista, and Draven is in there too, but those four seem to be the strongest ADCs. Draven's really there only if you can pull him off, because he is such a risk-reward champion. You really need an early cash out with some decent stacks, or else you're just going to be waiting for the Draven moment all game. And now with the Lulu locked in, we have a pretty boring but traditional bot lane, and the Vi. Ooh, excuse me. Going to be nice to lock down that, I mean, Tristana for the most part. Really good lockdown. Again, dissuading Aphelios or Virus from taking the cleanse here and going for the ghost or heal. There's no cleansable CC for the most part besides a stun. So getting rid of a cleanse would be very nice here. Otherwise, I really like both of these team comps. They have very clear set out goals. They drafted properly. They have tanks, which is always super important, and no one's getting baited into not drafting any tanks here, which is always good to see. Sorry, I'm trying to test my... There we go. And we're gonna see ganks probably... I mean, ganks will be the core engage here with the Jowney. There's not really much choice in the matter for Leviatan. My pop filter is off, tilted, and it's annoying me, and I'm fixing it. There's not much choice in the matter. They pretty much only have the slow, the equalizer, and okay, we have the things popping up now. But the slow with the equalizer, that is not the right page. Why are you showing this? There we go. Sorry. I was fixing some of the scenes. I didn't check all the scenes because usually they just snap, but we are on to the Rift for game 1 of at least 4 today, and this is going to be one of the closer games we're going to have this season by far. Leviatan, 6 Karma, probably very well matched. Again, the 2-1s that people are throwing around, I think it's going to be very similar to that. I mean, I don't know if Ache is going to be able to match Jowney. Jowney, actually, 5th in kills per game with 6 games played with 367 right now. Over 3.5 kills per game. Yes, that is boosted by a 6-kill Gnar game last week, but still. I mean, and it is also dropped by a very underwhelming performance from yesterday, and it's heavily boosted by the All Knights game and that one game against Isurus, but still, I believe that is leading all top laners. That leads all top laners in the league right now in kills. So the guy knows how to play. And on the Rumble, I'm really hoping to see that as a full AP carry into a matchup he has pretty solid odds of winning, I would say. Though again, tank losing, blah, blah, blah. You get it by now. I say it all the time. Tanks don't really lose lanes in the same way that other laners would lose lanes, because they don't really care to kill their opponent. But we see Jowney just jumping onto Ache. He was insanely aggressive yesterday against Estral. I mean, all of Leviatan. Game 1, they really were confident in their play. We're going to see Seiya get jumped on by Kotopaco here. A nice minefield there to slow down the engage and actually not get the bomb reset, or the jump reset from Kotopaco. So Seiya taking a good chunk of health, but able to trade it back and keep himself considerably healthy. Again, considering a bomb jump happened just there. And, yep, Ache just gonna get pushed onto turret here. Nothing too crazy. Lucian Milio getting the push in the bot lane. Not surprising against this Aphelios. Nothing really crazy happening right now. We see those junglers actually on a collision course to meet each other on that top scuttle, and with the push Leviatan have for now, this can be really, really good for them to get this early advantage, possibly even an early jump onto Mataz if they so choose, because Anche is not really going to be able to pull this wave into a decent enough spot for a rotation without losing a lot of gold and XP. And Kotapako's always pretty much always going to have push against Seiya unless Seiya wants to really burn burn a ton of mana because of his passive on W. Jowney. Nice double auto cancel. I feel that. You can see the exact opposite here for 6 Karma in this bot lane. Just able to control so hard, and Mataz knows that those 2 pushed waves aren't going to be of much use to help him on the scuttle, so he's just going to go for this bot scuttle. Has both laners available, or even just Rebel if Rebel wants to go. And now Gank's going to check the enemy jungle, find that nothing is available for him, and just get some wards and some saplings in, and I'm assuming going to take a back here. And Mataz is going to do the exact same on the opposite side of the map, actually, so they're pretty synced up right now. Meanwhile, we're just seeing farming sim for most of these teams. Kotapako chilling out as Seiya is probably looking for a back here, so is willing to spend a lot of mana comparatively, or is looking to just reset this wave and possibly start setting up for back TP next wave if he can. As we look at bot lane, nice little poke from 5Kid, but otherwise nothing too crazy. Maybe we'll see Dumble support items pop out, not too certain. Now you actually see both of these junglers pathing bot lane. Or clearing bot side jungle, not pathing towards the bot lane. Oh, sorry. And Kotapako going to stink it. Actually, I think Ache has to stay now because Kotapako can just make him miss this wave. So Seiya not taking this back yet. Ache going to back and TP now. Jowney probably just going to shove, crash this wave, get the exact same for him. He backed already. Blah, blah, blah. And, yep, setting up the wave for one last Q. We're going to see pretty much every lane take their backs, actually, at almost the exact same time. As Ganks jumps onto this Void Grubs. I was going to say Rift Herald. As Leviatan get this early jump onto the Void Grubs. Should be able to get all 3 here, unless Mataz gets hyper-aggressive, but we already see that Ignabilu just instantly backed and pathed straight mid to prepare for this Void Grubs attempt. And now you see that 6 Karma in response, looking to get this mid push. Actually, not even looking to get mid push. They're looking to get aggressive in the enemy jungle. Rebel going to land the Ultra Fire Kick. And it looks like a Drake angle that they were going for, but now they're going for an ambush angle. Ganks doesn't know where Mataz is, but there's the Q forward, the Vault Breaker. Going to get Ganks, but there's not much else to really do, as Ache going all out on Jowney. Doesn't seem like there's a good ulti from Jowney, though. And now Ache has nowhere to go as he's getting burned up by the Hydra Flame Spitter. And that is first blood again to Jowney. He gets a lot of first bloods. He does. I don't know if I have the potential, but Kotapako jumping forwards now, going to be able to get the moving rock, but the jump reset came through for Kotapako, and he's going to go back in on Seiya and get a little bit of extra damage there. As 5Kid going forwards now, Virus taking half of his health and damage, but going to be able to get the root with the Goo Gun. A nice cancel there on the Vault Breaker, but the wall comes through to stop Leviatan. Seiya choosing not to take the wall, and Leviatan able to convince 6 Karma not to go forwards there. So, Leviatan playing hyper aggressive here. What on earth happens? What happens here in top lane? So, Ache doesn't even hit a Q. Jowney's already going forward, so Ache's going to get the positioning against, okay, cool. Gets everything. Then thinks he can take on Jowney, or at least that he can survive the trade, but Jowney has Equalizer available. He's in He's in not the overheat. He's in the danger zone already. Like, what is Ache thinking there? That's a rumble in danger zone. That's a lot of damage to tank, and you're already getting burned up. And it's going to cost them 400. They will be able to get this dragon at least. The gank's not really here yet, but there goes the Nature's Grasp. The kick's going to land on Dakota Bako, but gank's going forward with an incredible W, but he's going to pay for it as he goes down to 5. Kid Leviatan jumping in with the Vault Breaker. It's 3 for Leviatan. Dakota Bako needs to run it to double kill already. Seiya has the rocks flying, but it's not going to be enough to kill. But it's a 3 for nothing and the Drake for 6 karma. And that is how you respond to a first blood, I guess. Holy cow, Mataz is helping helping Seiya push in this wave. And he's going to have to answer. There's no choice. He drops cannon. Xiaoni just going to continue getting this push onto Ache. Just going to try and continue to harass at least in one lane. Get something going as he gets a plate. And it looks so good. Very well played. They get Rebel so low, but Ganks goes in way too deep, all the way into 4. Great flash there by Rebel to survive. And then because Ganks is gone, that allows Mataz to go forward with the Vault Breaker. And there's just nothing Leviatan can do because their tank is all the way in the back line. Xiaoni looking for the ambush here. He's going to get some damage, but because the Electro Harpoons aren't landing, Anche is going to be able to walk away free of charge. Oh my goodness, Xiaoni, the Electro Harpoons are not landing. You look at that CS diff, 26 in the top lane. 13 in bot lane, though, in favor of 6 karma. So they are getting it back, and that is a 2-0 Lucian with Stormrazor already at under... Before 10 minutes, Lucian has Stormrazor finished. 5 Kid is very thankful for that fight in the river or after the Drake was taken already. Massive overextension from Leviatan, and that is the punish that comes through with it, is that Fed ADC is now going to start being an issue as we see the Leandry's finished here for Xiaoni. Mataz is looking for a gank, has cease and desist off in a moment. He's not going to get it. Instead, looking to invade ganks here. And now looking to bot lane. Possibly looking for a dive. Seiya has ulti available. But the controller spots him out there dissuaded. They don't know ganks is here. Now they know ganks is here. And you see the total gold. The 2 with kills, of course. The 3 people with kills up high in the total gold count. Not shocking at all. As 5 Kid and Rebel are going to get that plating. Rebel also going to... Oh, wait, Kotopaco is actually going to get shoved back, and the flash Q is going to land into the cease and desist, and Kotopaco will fall as Mataz secures a gorgeous play in mid, and Xiaoni was thinking about something there. Avoiding Grubby's time, and he has to back up. Incredibly well played by Mataz and Seiya there. Seiya getting the shove, the seismic shove at the last possible second, it feels like. The last pixels of that skill shot. Xiaoni doesn't have ultimate available, and he's not in the danger zone just yet, but he maybe has the damages. They're going to get at least 2, so it will be a 3-3 split here in the end. No fight over the grubs. I mean, good work from Akshay to get the equalizer out just before that, so there's no chance of it coming back up. But Leviatan losing their grip. They had a good start. They were winning a lot of the lanes, and it is gone. 22 CS down in bot lane, only made up by the fact that they have a very good lead in top lane, but it's again for the destroyed because they are so far behind in this bot lane because that's 2 kills worth of gold and a 26 CS deficit. As we see Sunfire, Sundered Sky, and a Moonstone come out. What the? Everyone's finishing their mythics early. I mean, 3 assists will do that to you on support. And the support item is so much faster this season than it's been a long, long time since, like, Relic Shield days. And now, Kraken Slayer for Kotopaco here. That's pretty much just to deal with Ache and Mataz as with the Hollow... Why don't hollow radiance, All the Radiants finished up, going to be reducing a lot of that damage. And Rebel going to get rooted up just out of turret range, though. I'm sure if that was in turret range, it was over. Rebel was not surviving that play at all. Taz again here. No flash, though. Has the cease and desist available. Going to back up and just go for this Hextech Drake. Looking to get an early 2-0 lead on the Dragons and force Leviatan to come answer these Dragons. As Herald is up in just under 40 seconds. Doesn't... Oh, and there's a pause. Crud. I was going to say it looks like they're all resetting here to go start getting that Drake or that Herald pressure starting. Do I want to try that again? It looks like they're all going to start backing to get into the Herald in time for an actual Herald fight. But that will have to wait as we go to a pause. For reasons unknown to me, it didn't seem like anything was going horribly wrong in this game. Nothing like yesterday where the Herald ended up going the absolute wrong direction, and then after that, Ganks was like, you drive it, and Kotopanko went to who knows where afterwards. So it's just not working out. It didn't seem like it was it's not working very well. There's the 6 Karma fans. They're trying. The hopes are up for an actual improvement this season. Maybe 6 Karma. I mean, they should be making playoffs. I don't think anyone's going to drop to infinity anymore. It is really hard to drop to infinity right now with the way they are playing. Just painful League of Legends. And at the time of the pause, yeah, 6 Karma were running the Rift. I mean, they have the gold lead, and we are actually just straight back into the game. Sick, very short pause. Infernal Drake has spawned. Teams are taking their back. There was no rewind. I'm assuming it was just a tech issue then. And we are already back from being perfectly fine. As now, yep, everyone's taking their backs. Wave reset and bot. It is Herald time, as you can already see. 5 Kid and Rebel and Seiya sprinting towards the upper half of the Rift. We're going to see these bot lanes take over mid for a little bit. Seiya actually going to take over top so that Ache can just push bot lane out. No teleport available for Ache. Xiaoni actually just doesn't even have teleport. I never noticed that one. I'm just so used to it. But the Herald started by Leviatan now. They're going to be spotted out. Mataz getting the ward down, but that blue ward did actually get them caught out. Seiya is just going to get soloed by Xiaoni. Holy cow, what even happened there? Xiaoni just flashes onto Seiya. Ignite Q into the overheat, I'm assuming. Holy cow. No, not even overheated. He was in the danger zone. Holy cow, Xiaoni. As the Herald's just instantly going to be dropped here, and no one's going to drive it. I think Leviatan won't be driving that Herald for a while this season. They just do not trust it. Just, and I don't blame them. After what happened yesterday, 2 Herald catastrophes, I wouldn't drive it either for a while. But completely uncontested there. So okay, so Leviatan get something back, but they're still down 1,000. Just about 1,800 gold. Back to 2K now. And Seiya gets jumped on. Flashes over the seismic shove, actually. Holy cow, Xiaoni. And 2-0. He wants to, once again, improve the rating, but Kotopanko is going to get jumped on. There is the cease and desist jumped on to Kotopanko, but that's actually just going to drag Mataz under the turret, and that's a lot spent from Kotopanko, or not onto Kotopanko, to not really do anything. The culling actually came out there from 5 Kid to force Virus to back, and nothing spent, but he can't back. He has to answer this wave. He knows that 5 Kid's not really going to dive him or do much of anything after that, so is safe to sit and stay. Another haunting guys here for Xiaoni. He is just terrifying. The Pathmaker, not going to do anything. Ganks, looking for the play, has the Nature's Grasp available, but it's under the turret. And Xiaoni can't really walk under turret when he's going to continue smacking down Ache, as in the bot lane, Seiya picks up the first turret. And you can see Xiaoni about half a level ahead of everyone else. And he is having a blast this game. The Ardent Sensor out for Lulu. And we're going to see Remble go Ardent Sensor second instead of first. Here, just the Moonstone very powerful. So he thinks it's fine to not go it immediately. Stormrazor's on both ADCs now as well. I mean, Virus eventually getting to the Stormrazor. We've already seen 5-Kid with that for a while, and it's kind of been very nice for the 6 Karma to have, actually. The threat of the Lucian with a Stormrazor is very hot, or is very powerful. Nothing else really gonna be able to happen. About a minute till Drake spawns, so the resets will be coming through very soon. As the positioning actually going to be super important. Ache able to continue pushing waves, has that teleport up. Meanwhile, Xiaoni gonna have to rotate. They're probably gonna, yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. They send Kodo Paco top. Kodo has top or TP available, and they're going to let Xiaoni come to the bot lane to be a part of this fight early, because that ulti is absolutely huge. Equalizer with Nature's Grasp can change this fight. They spawn out Xiaoni, though, so they know that he's here, and Gank's going to get jumped on by Seiya with the seismic shove, and Mataz instantly going to jump back. The Equalizer goes down. There's no Nature's Grasp out. Mataz is burning away. There's the Nature's Grasp, but Mataz is going to be able to jump to safety. Xiaoni just getting out of their Virus, getting jumped on by Ache. Now he's getting all outed, and that is the ADC gone for Leviatan. And a pair of catch-outs for 6 Karma has costed Leviatan the 3rd dragon. Just Ganks overextending, getting into the seismic shove, forced to disengage so quickly. And then Xiaoni just can't really do much of anything here, as the Weaver's Wall comes down to ensure that they are not getting this dragon. Just get divided. And they're not even going to get a turret in response for it. 5-Kid going to be able to rotate up with Rebel and answer instantly to this push to wave. Gank's going to try and steal away something, getting the birds at least. But now you're down almost 3,000 gold. Your opponent's on soul point. It is not looking good for Leviatan. That early aggression has not paid them well, sadly, because of a very tough river fight earlier, as they will at least get a turret. That's something. They'll get a turret back to cut the lead just to 2,000. But this is Ganks, yeah. Ganks paying the price, getting jumped on by Mataz. Throws at the Nature's Grasp, but it's just not. It's too late. Xiaoni already threw the ulti down, assuming you were going to engage with it. And Virus, the culling and all out it is just too much to survive for a squishy ADC. Especially a 1-item ADC. It's just not happening. As Virus is going to get cold again. Already half health. And this is going to just be so close to an easy turret. But instead, Ignavilu's going to get seismic shoved into the landmine and get caught out. The Moonlight Vigil not going to do much of anything, because the Breath of Land frees everyone from the grasp of the tree. Just Leviatan cannot find a single play here that is going to get them back into this game at the moment. 5-Kid is way too fed. Mataz and Seiya are finding the picks of a lifetime right now. This is such an uphill battle now. 4,000 gold ahead for 6 Karma. This is more of what we were expecting against Rainbow 7 than what we got against Rainbow 7. And it's just, farm up, hope for the best, get a pick. Farm up, hope for a pick, really. That's all Leviatan really have. They can't 5v5 this team at all. Xiaoni is so fed, but it doesn't matter if Xiaoni's fed. Xiaoni can be 2 items all he wants. He's got to face down a Voltaic Cyclosword, Bloodsong, Lucian. Not possible. The quick blitz coming out for Kodo now. And Igna going to be able to dissuade the engage of 6 Karma with some timely cues. But the posturing around the Baron is drawing a lot of pressure, in drawing Leviatan to push forward. They have to. They don't have a choice. As Zhao already half health, the ignite out of 5 kit is here comes the culling. And Zhao could just be able to walk away from it eventually with the Audacious Bravery shield. But it's not going hot at all. 6 Karma are in full control of this river right now, as they can just do the Baron if they really wanted to. But it doesn't seem like that's the angle they want to take just yet. The Rooker, and they've so just Anjay just going for the screw you Zhao build right now. Again, Leviatan just continuing to send 4 or 5 members here. They gotta keep checking this river, because they cannot they can't risk losing this Baron. How is this turret still alive? Like, it is so low. It is just low. It is on the lowest of health. With the Riftmaker, at least he's going to be ignoring some of that damage, but still, oh, we don't talk about it. No, the Seo and the Ludens and the Leandries just going to be such a threat. Already such a threat. We've seen some absolutely phenomenal plays here from 6 Karma's mid-jungle combo, and we're going to continue to see more of them, because Seiya has been on point with these seismic shoves into the unstable ground. It's just been too good. As Drake is spawning in 30 seconds, and you can see 6 Karma already taking full control, full vision control of this bot jungle. There's not much choice. Johnny going to get traded on by 5 Kid, who's getting healed up by that cozy campfire. As Ganks is just going to get caught out, seismic shoved. There goes the equalizer, but it's not really going to do anything, as they're all able to jump away before the Nature's Grasp hits them. And it only puts 5 Kid at like half. And Rebel's going to be able to heal anyway, so it's not a huge deal. And Leviatan are pushed to the other river now. They are pushed to the complete opposite river, as they are trying to defend the Drake Soul. It's 5 Kid continuing to go forwards. They don't have any ultis available on the side of Leviatan. Any good ultis besides... I mean, they have the Moonlight Vigil, but that's it. They're just going to say go for the Baron. They're going to say, screw it, we got to go for something here, and they're going to start it and just have to back up immediately. They have no CC ults right now, as no one's going to be able to run away, and now Johnny's just going to get jumped on into the seismic shove. There is no chance for movement. There's the Moonlight Vigil going to get something with the chakrams, and maybe there's a chance. Ache is already so low. He's going all out. He's low on health, and now he's low on resistances. The bomb isn't going to get him, but it's going to force him to disengage. And have Leviatan calmed the storm a little bit. But they're still just going to call for the Drake. Leviatan are just going to call for the Baron, and it's not the same as getting Drake Soul. But they have the damage, but now the teleport coming in from Ache. Leviatan need to be insanely careful here, as they're spotted out again. A great airborne from the Baron. A nice polymorph, though, as Ache is going to be locked down to the Nature's Grasp. Once again, going to find everybody. And they're still going. This is seeming to be a very LLA thing, to just have insanely long Baron fights that never end. It's like the second day in a row is, yeah, the Drake is just being taken. Infinity Edge for Virus, but it's probably too late at this point. Whoops. Oh, I don't want to break my desk. It might be just too late. And just look at this. Zhao gets caught out. They know that something's up, and they're just going to send in Seiya, as that is Drake's Soul being taken on live. They get something back. That is all that matters. They shut down not Virus. They shut down 5 Kid. But speaking of 5 Kid, he's just culling half of Ganks' health bar. There's the Frozen Heart, so he's going to be reducing that attack speed. Frozen Heart on both sides, actually. Those hyper carries going to be really hard to get anything going. It's going to take a bit more work to get things going, but it just... I don't think it even matters. 5 Kid is just so so strong right now. It is insanely difficult to really jump onto him as the RFC now. He's going to be even further ranged. A seismic shove going to get half of Ganks' health bar, and he has to get away so quickly. Pays half his health for that ward, an expensive ward at that, I guess. Zache trying to find anybody. Pathmaker forwards, not going to get anyone, but now 6 Karma have full control of this top jungle. It is just them slowly choking the life out of Leviatan in this game as they are going to clear out the only vision they have on the Baron. So Leviatan don't know if they're on it or not, besides the fact that 5 Kid's here. But the moment 5 Kid walks into River, it's fair game. Anyone could be doing anything. And they're just waiting. 6 Karma, no, they don't even need to take the Baron, really, because they can just have the patience and outlast Leviatan in this. They can just have the patience. They have time on their side. They're so far ahead already that it doesn't really matter. And they're going to start it. Seiya and Mataz going at it. I don't think they even know they're on the Baron. The mid turret's going to fall. They think Baron's not happening because 5 Kids on it. Either that or they're just letting it happen. Bot turret's gone. Tier 2 down. That's not good. Seiya going to wall off 6K or Leviatan. And now they know something's up. The wall, the Nature's Grasp coming out, not going to hit anybody, and there's no re-engage or recapturing of anything. The Equalizer is going to find barely anything on Rebel, and that's the back and instant teleport from Seiya, as Jowney is getting jumped on by 5 Kid again. Mataz is looking to go forwards, has the Flash Q, Flash Vault Breaker available if he wants, but they're not going to go for a crazy dive. Instead, looking to keep this wave pushed in mid as Ache is looking to get something in this top lane, in this 4-1 split. 6 Karma are just going to take whatever they can here. They're going to get this mid-tier 2. They might get a mid-tier 3. Kotabanko clearing out this top wave, so Ache is just going to stand and stare. Will not get a tier 3, but now they're rotating all 5 to top lane. They want this top tier 2. And they say, Kotabanko, you really can't do anything to stop us. Maybe all 4 members of, maybe 4 out of the 5 members of Leviatan can, as they will just instantly clear this wave and make Ache do some more work. 5 Kid is calling, and the virus's health bar goes so low. Forced to use the heal out of Ignabilu. Forced to use the barrier. Holy cow, that is the tier 3 gone, and that is almost Leviatan's entire, their entire carry wiped off the map. And that will be an inhibitor. The supers are spawning now. The top turret is not long for this world. Oh, that's not going to cancel in time. Dang. Just missed the Q there, actually. But that is 6 Karma. 4,000 gold gained on this Baron buff. That is Gank smiting away the red buff. So say I'm not going to be able to snipe it away, but it's not that bad. Oh, boy. I want to see 2,000 gold ahead in bot lane, 1K ahead in jungle and mid. And even Jowney is down 1,000 now. 1,500 in support. It is not looking pretty, as it is 7,000 overall diff. Ache just eating up everything. Does not really care. It can tank so much damage. So much of their poke, because all their poke is AP. He has the Rooker, so he's just getting a massive spell shield every day. He's just getting a free Galio. Well, not free. But he's getting a Galio passive for 3,000 gold. Seiya going to divide the team here as Ache is looking to get someone. And that is a nice Nature's Grasp into the Equalizer, but the Breath of Life keeps everybody nice and healthy. At pretty much full health, except for 5 Kid, who just tanked a turret shot. Now Ache is just looking to push in mid and split the attention of Leviatan. This is just going to be the tier 3 gone in bot lane. There's not much of a choice. Mataz jumping forwards, gets Kotabanko, gets the cease and desist. He might have gone a bit too deep as he will fall, but the rest of 6K are looking to keep it going. Moonlight Vigil going to land Seiya. Not going to get rooted. There's the root coming through. I didn't know if it was going to last the time. Xiaomi's way too deep, and he's going to pay the price as he has been killed by 5 Kid now. And it's a 4v4. Does Leviatan have what it takes to win this 4v4? Jumping onto 5 Kid. He's going to be able to jump over the wall. The Flash Pathmaker going to dissuade any further engagement from Leviatan. Seismic Shove not going to land this time. Ganks is trying to find an angle, but he doesn't have anything. The Buster Shot just doesn't really do anything besides finish off kills here for Kotapaco. So it's a dangerous game they're playing now. Ache full health again, teleporting back in. 5 Kid just hiding on bush, waiting for Virus to walk forwards, as there he goes, the culling, not even needed just yet, not even needed at all. That's going to be ADC on ADC violence as the Nature's Grasp comes out, but they're just jumping onto Ganks. Kotabago's trying to find 5 Kid, but it's not gonna happen as he goes on a killing spree. Ganks running the wrong way, and he finds the wrong crowd as Mataz will kill with the cease and desist. 5Kid's double kill will finish the job here in game 1 as 6 Karma should be able to push off of this wave. Baron, I mean, not even just expiring. Baron's been expired for a little bit, but they don't really care. Rebel teleporting, or not Rebel, that is a teleport back in from Seiya, as it's just Jowney sitting in the fountain, and it's a full domination from 6K to close out game 1 here against Leviatan. Holy, that was absolutely brutal. I mean, Leviatan, they had a moment. They just, ooh. I mean, I can tell you, this game all comes down to one overextension and everything that came after it. 6 Karma got the Drake. Leviatan got caught on a chase down that just wasn't going to work. Mataz got into the backlines because of Ganks going in too deep, and boom, bada bing, bada boom, game over. Well, that was over. And then they just didn't, well, that fight got 6 Karma a massive lead, and Leviatan never really had a plan to get back into the game besides Jowney's Fed. Let's hope that works, because that just isn't really a solid plan to have. So it was just a bit of not, they weren't proactive enough. They just kind of, the game happened, they got a lead, made a bad play with it, and then just was playing so, they were playing so reactionary. There's just not really anything I can say they were doing. They were just way too much, or way too over reliant on reacting to what 6 Karma was doing instead of doing stuff regardless of 6 Karma's plan or what they wanted to do. They didn't play Leviathan's game. Leviatan was just playing to answer 6 Karma pretty much, and that's just not, you can't afford this. You can't afford to play like that. That is not an option. And I mean, here, this play is great. Jowney just reminding everyone why he is leader in top lane kills right now. Like, most kills on average in the top lane. But this is the play I'm talking about right here. Leviatan, go for a chase, and they should have just gave up right there. That should have been the quit point. But Rebel gets baits and ganks onto Untwisted Advance, flashes forward, and gets away with it. Like, that was the point that Leviatan should have disengaged. The Nature's Grasp really didn't catch anything, and this definitely didn't help either. Great reaction there from Mataz. Great flash Q, almost perfect. I mean, this is Jowney getting something back. I mean, yeah, again, Jowney reminding the league why he is, at times, the best top laner in the league. And this is just Ganks not throwing out the Nature's Grasp. Just holding on to it for way too long, if you ask me. And then just having to pay the price for it. They pay the price of Virus, and they don't have anything because, again, Ganks is 0 health. They don't really have a next tanky member. And this is Jowney being ambushed and probably not playing in the right position for the play that was happening. And by this point, it's just Leviatan are playing so reactionary. They're just they're seeing what Six Karma is doing and answering it, which is not the play you want to do in the situation of that. Like, this is not the play. Like, you don't want to just wait for your opponent's next move when you're behind. You can wait for your opponent's next move when you're ahead, because that's just game planning. It's like, they're going for dragon, we're going to do this, or they're going for these turrets, we're going to push. Stuff like that. Yeah, you can see the diff here. You can see the carry priorities. I mean, it was just night and day with these ADCs. It was just never a moment where I thought this, right? Like, there was never a moment where I looked and went, this, like, this is the moment that we're going to see Virus pop off like we have seen him do in this game. Like, we've seen him do in games. It was all 5 kids popping off. Like, he was just dominating this game, no questions asked. Anytime he had the culling, it was such an expendable ability to him by the end, because he was just so strong and it did so much, and they were so squishy on the other side that if he threw the culling out, someone was going to have to go base, no matter what he did. No matter who he picked on Leviatan, if he used the culling, someone was basing, because they were not surviving the rest of that fight without dying instantly upon engage. And most of the time, it was either ganks, Johnny, or Virus. Usually Virus. I mean, there was a point where Virus just stopped surviving them, obviously. So it was a bit different for him getting targeted with the cull. Like, him getting targeted by the culling at that point was just get the pick, fight. It's just so brutal. Like, I mean, Xiaoni, again, 22,000 damage. He's up there in damage numbers, without a doubt. But 6 Karma just have made a case why they are the 4th best team in LLA, without a doubt. Because they just smashed Leviatan without really any resistance after one solo kill. Literally, it was one solo kill. That was the only case that Leviatan really had. One claim Leviatan had in that game. They got first blood in top lane solo. And right after that, it was kaput. 6 Karma put them down. 5 Kid was a monster. Seon Mataz had great synergy, and 5 Kid was a menace. And to the surprise of nobody, I'd say Korean, the LLA veteran, it's been here for a while. It's been here for 3 years now, yeah. Like, this is just, I believe, former champion. I'm sorry. I should put some respect on this guy's name. But 5 Kid, I mean, just was shredding. He reminded everybody why Lucian is such a pain to face right now, and why Lucian is absolutely terrifying in the meta at the moment, and why double support is stupid, because it is. Double support item, big dumb, like the dumbest thing ever. So I will be right back for game 2 as we see Leviatan down 1-0 to 6 Karma after game 1. See you for game 2. Apologies. Hello, and welcome back to the kimchicast for LLA 2024 Spring Split. Day 5, you already know the spiel I've given. As we return for Game 2 of Leviatan versus 6 Karma. So, eating in between the breaks. But we saw 6 Karma. That's missing, sorry. We saw 6 Karma just like strategically pick apart Leviatan there. So we really need to see, or well, I'm the only one who really is watching this. Let's be real for 2 seconds, and I'm the one streaming it. So, but what I really need to see here from Leviatan is urgency. I think their draft could have worked as well. I see an angle. I mean, I know what they were kind of going for. They wanted a more pick-oriented comp, a comp that can do pick and front-to-back with the Maokai Rumble combo. But it just wasn't working. They really needed probably another tank in top lane. Oof, either that or a bruiser. Or, I mean, I wouldn't say Galio mid, but like a tanky mid laner. Because it just wasn't happening. Sorry, I'm moving something really quickly. There we go. They just didn't really have that it factor, and yeah, you can just see immediately the Lucian banned away. These are pretty standard bans at this point. I think I've just stopped like talking about the first rotation of bans. They're pretty standard unless something crazy happens, and this one is a reactionary Lucian ban, obviously, so that's pretty big. But Leviatan also, in the game plan, just take more initiative, but don't be stupid. I think that's kind of the thing that did them in. They had initiative, but they were dumb sometimes on that initiative. Again, that river play, they took the initiative. Good. It was a dumb initiative to take. Zhao going back to that wrong. I mean, it ain't broke, don't fix it. He won lane, but will he win game? As Leviatan are looking to push to the first game 3 of the season. No, but seriously, it was just, they didn't really have any initiative. They didn't have the go forward button that they needed elsewhere, and that is a lightning speed Nico Varus lock-in from 6 Karma. That is a very strong pairing to put together on your team at all, and they're going to see this as the angle to get Virus the Kalista, it seems. I mean, I would have pulled the trigger last game. It's so valuable. It's just so good to get that, because I think you can get Renata right now. You can get Kalista Renata, no questions. And I think that is just super valuable right now. To have the, I mean, you gotta have the confidence here to draft Kalista Renata. It's like one of the strongest pairings in the game, but they're gonna draft the Corki here to answer into this Nico. And now is it a support or a top answer for 6 Karma? Or do they want a jungler? Because there's just going to be more junglers banned away. You have the Xin, you have the Maokai, you got the Sedge. I mean, what else is there in rotation right now? Or yeah, you can answer with the Cassante again. I was thinking of that. Just saying, get the mid lane. I mean, you could have took the Jax. You could take the Jax jungle if you really want to. Or the Vi again. I think Vi Nico is insanely good, even better than the Vi. I mean, even better than... I do think it was even... It's even better than the Vitalia. Both are great, but I think would have been good to lock in the Vi here. I think it's going to get banned away as we see Rail taken away. Pop. There it is. You see the Rail taken away. Renata banned away by 6 Karma, or by Leviatan. They think 6 Karma is going to take it first and leave the jungle counter pick up. Fair. But I would have just first rotationed it at that point, personally. I just think it's a bit more valuable to get a good synergy with Kalista than it is to get a good mid matchup into a Nico. Because they can't ban all of them out. I know you want the Corki, but they can't ban out all the all of the mid matchups into Nico. And we're gonna see the Nautilus taken away, another very good pick. I mean, Rel could have even been a support ban if you want. I have audio on still, and I'm sorry about that. That's confusing. And the Vine taken away, yeah, so I was correct about that. Vine Eco way too strong to just give over. So very nice to see them ban it away. That is not getting locked in, so I'm not even going to mention it. Beyond that. I mean, Wukong, okay, I was going to say Maokai could have been an answer here. Sedge Nico is pretty nice, but Wukong Jungle is the answer. And could have took the Jarvan. I really think they should have took Jarvan on 6k, actually. I was thinking of Maokai because I think Maokai Sedge is probably going to be the angle for most teams this season, but Jarvan also would have been a very, very good option. Xin Zhao, I like it, but I think I like it more as a pick than in this comp because they don't have any frontline still. Rakan would answer that problem a little bit. Rakan would address that problem quite a bit if that is the angle they're going to take, and it is indeed the angle they're going to take. LLA could be an answer here. Intriguing. I don't know how I feel about it, but getting beefier doesn't hurt for 6 Karma here. The Rakan, he wants to go in, you could just boot him away, even though he charms you, you can just get him gone, which is pretty important. Xin Zhao goes in, boot him away. It is actually a really good pick here. It is not the worst pick. I mean, I do like 6 Karma's comp. Again, good engage, great peel, good sustain, great damage. I don't see a single thing wrong with this 6 Karma comp, but Leviatan is, again, going for that very risky draft that I feel like they keep going for. They have kind of a high damage, one guy to engage kind of deal. They are so heavily relying on ganks and Ignabilu to hit their engages that it is unbelievable. That it is unreal how hard they are going to need to. I mean, it's just, I think, again, eggs in the basket. They're putting too many of them into the we have engage, let's just hit it kind of thing. It's like, yes, you have engage, but it's, you know, having more than one engage angle is always going to be nice. You look at 6 Karma's comp, Alistar, Nico, Varus. Who they draft jungle? They drafted Wukong, Cassandre. All of those have engage keys. Like, all of those champions can engage. You have Xin, you have Rakan. That is it. I mean, you have Corki package, but that's really only going to be in tandem with another ability. It's only going to be and then you have, yeah, you have Corki package, you have Callisto. Sorry, my palm filled. And then it's only going to be in tandem with Rakan, pretty much. Like, either that or it's in tandem with Johnny for the package. Like, it is so unbelievably on 2 people to engage that it is kind of crazy. It is really crazy that they are putting in this much, not even pressure, but just this much reliance on 1 or 2 people to hit the keynotes that they need to hit. Because if Ignabilu's engage fails, it's over. It's the whole fight. Unless they can get some scrap, unless they can really scrap harder than 6 Karma will this game. But I don't think Leviathan's comp is really going to be able to scrap harder than 6k, like, at all. Like, you want to go down into a straight fight with this team, it's not going to go well for you. And there's the engage onto Ignabilu, and that is a lot of damage onto the supports for both sides. The Rend going through for Virus onto Rebel, and Igna is getting just smacked by a lot of things. Again, the support's just going to continue to hit each other over the head while the ADCs do war. Kodapako will hit the level up first, at least. But that doesn't really mean much. And Johnny's pushing in Ache, nothing new. Oh, the Tangle Barbs. Max range Tangle Barbs there. That is unfortunate for Kodapako. I saw it in his face. He thought he juked it. I did too. Didn't get enough of it, and that is so much damage that he's just going to have to sit and deal with. But nothing crazy, but we are seeing Leviatan getting way better push here, actually. Seiya is actually using this push against Kodapako because he has the Tangle Barbs. He can just leave the wave here and say, yeah, step up. Get your wave. I mean, Tangle Barbs, and even then he could just throw the Blooming Burst repeatedly. It's on such a low mana cost for how often he can throw it out that, yeah, look at this. He's just saying, I'm going to hold this wave. Food. But pass. Where was I? Yeah, now you can see Seiya going to just crash. Held the wave for 2 waves and is now just going to crash all of it under the turret and rotate down to his jungler as Ganks and Seiya are having a little bit of a meeting, and Seiya's gonna look worse for wear on it, but mission accomplished. Matan's got the scuttle. And now we can see Leviatan 2 waves where they are getting punished for this as Matanz is looking to come bot lane. Was spotted out, so they know that he's here. They should know that he's here. I actually think he jumped the wall, but now he's definitely spotted out. So, Rebel's gonna have the engage of a lifetime here. He's going to land it. An incredible vehicle move there, using Matanz as the source. The ignite goes down, but 5 kids arrows not going to. I thought that it was, but it's not going to be enough. And now here comes Kodapako, able to do a lot. The damage, it's not going to come through. Kodapako goes low, but a great heal off of the Gleaming Quill, but the autos come through from 5 kid. First blood to the ADC of 6 Karma. And I said it. If you want to scrap with this 6 Karma team, go ahead, but I don't think you're winning. And, I mean, it was so well played from both sides. 6 Karma, I mean, Rebel, incredible use of the W flash Q. I mean, okay, this is where it all kicks off. Look at this. Virus gets a little bit of a lead. Incredible play. Just phenomenal from Rebel. Gets the ignite down. The damage is coming through. The flash Q from 5 kid, not enough. Mataz does get away with his life, though, because no rend, no mana. So that is crucial, is that there's no rend, no mana. And now Mataz, Kodapako just barely missing out on that kill, and 5 kid Rebel and 5 kid put him low enough that he gets punished for it. Ignabilu is finding Virus here. Not finding Virus, finding Rebel and Mataz as the Void Grubs will go over to Ganks. Now Seiya going to continue to play this aggressive game, has the Pop Blossom available, so Kodapako's job just got a hell of a lot harder. They don't know what bush Rebel's in, but Rebel really couldn't do anything with it, so Igna's going to just play a bit more aggressively in his positioning to take away that bush option, as Matanz is stealing away some camps. And Ganks and Mataz have found each other, but Mataz is going to be able to jump over the wall with that Trickster. Not Playful Trickster, that is a different champion. With the clone. Is Kodapako continuing to get chunked down by Seiya? I don't think we've reached the lull. Okay, this is Lethality Virus. I saw the Hail of Blades. It would be very weird to go on hit here with that Keystone. As Ganks is bot side. I don't know if Ganks is spotted or not. Now Ganks is spotted for sure. And they, just start backing up. You can see it. Seiya going to try and get Kodapako under the turret. Chooses not to in the end. And we'll just go back to clearing wave. Like a good, strong tomato would. It's just going to be recalls all over the board. Jowney continuing to gap Ache in lane, but Ache gapped him in game, so it doesn't matter. Seiya going to get a plating over. No, the clone doesn't even have stats, so it'd be funny if this clone got to steal the plate away. And now Rebel jumping onto Virus. Virus with the Ignite down. The damage is coming through, but Rebel gets burned down. He was tanking the turret for way too long. That would have killed Virus right there. The arrow blocked by the Guardian. Another arrow coming through, not going to reach Virus. Didn't have the time to charge it up enough, and it will be a trade back kill for the ADC of Virus. So well played that, I mean, just so close. Rebel barely escapes, but that Ignite gives Virus the time to find the time, or not the time, but gives Virus the ability to finish it off, as I think Ganks is also going for the Drake here with the Scuttle Crab, well positioned, obviously, to get the wind to become the lightning, but he's going to back off as they spot out Rebel. How does this happen? Oh, they're going to start it up again, sorry. Rebel goes in, great combo, but he's tanking the turret. And that's just the Q-Rend coming through. Ignabilu going to be able to jump away there on live to Ganks just in the nick of time. And Kotopaco just staring at Saya, as I believe this is going to be an angle for Mataz and Co to go for this now. Should be pretty simple as, yep. Will be Drake once again over to 6 Karma, 5-0 on this here. I always love tracking those. I love tracking when the Drakes go extremely one-sided. There was a World Series where I think there's a Worlds BO5 earlier, but we'll screw that story. Say, I'm going to land the Pop Blossom, not going to actually get blocked by the Crescent Guard as Mataz jumps in with the Cyclone, forcing the flash out of Ganks. Flash for flash now. Mataz, no flash. Kotopaco, no flash. Ganks, no flash. And that is really well. That's just really well played for Mataz. Getting 2 flashes with a flash and a spell is really good. As Zhao going to just begin jumping onto Ache again, continuing to bully him hard and not let him really play this game. And now we see, and we're just continuing to see really the dominance of 6 Karma in this game. Just they keep finding these angles as Ganks looking to get us our first Void Mites in like 2 days, man. We haven't Void Mite since last week, and I want them. I really want the Void Mites. Come on. Mataz's bot lane. This is going to be the greatest Void Mites in the world, as they are actually just clearing out vision and setting up for the Drake. They know Ganks is up here, so it is time. But speaking of time, it is time for the Void Mites to enter the Rift, as it will be the first Drake finally, hopefully, over to just anyone at this point, but it will be 2-6 Karma, unless Mataz takes way too long. No. Yeah, not even going to happen. They know he's on it. They know that bot lane is rotating up and mid is rotating down. Ganks is just going to go clear his camps again. And the bot lane of Leviatan are just going to take some backs here if they can. Now they probably can't, as they can't really afford to miss any waves. Kotopaco just, again, forced to jump out. No real, I mean, just not having fun. Doesn't a package up, I believe. Gonna launch himself to the base. There he goes. Man immune finish, as we see a Leandry's for Zhao as well. And Yoma's has already been finished, so I'm late, I know. And there's the package, but gonna save it. There's no objectives up for 5 minutes, so would be a big waste to grab the package and just go with it, because that is a 6-minute cooldown. Actually, I think it might be 7 after it got nerfed. I remember it got nerfed from 6, so it might be 7. Nice recall. Oh, Octopus Flush. I want that. Make it happen. No other items finished. Actually, no. The Rook. The Rookern. Oh, good dodges there by Ignabilu on Rebels Engage. And I know it's just it. It was nice. It looked cool. It doesn't really do anything. Igna wasn't going to die there unless 5-Kid followed up with the chains. So it just looked cool. Koto getting a bit of extra gold actually off of that with a first strike. Igna again staring down some spooky wards. Mataz invading. Actually looking for a dive here on Kotopaco. And doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I don't really see an angle here. Seiya in a really tough spot now. Ignabilu here, but the Tangle Barbs are going to land Seiya. Forced to jump away, but a great flash, grand entrance. And it's going to be Ignabilu securing the kill onto Seiya. I think Mataz gets away here, though. Good Cyclone. But he's getting chased down by Ganks. Ganks is going to secure the kill onto the enemy jungle, but he's going to go low. Rebel's going to take the kill, actually, from 5Kid. That's not good, but Kodapako goes so low, but there's no answer. There is the Fate's Call out of Virus, and that is a whole wave stolen by Ignabilu. And Leviatan find 2 kills there for a 1. Very big. Sundered Sky for Ganks off of that play, too. Rocket Belt now for Seiya. This is huge. I mean, you think it's an escape, but Ignabilu with the Ignite and the autos gets the job done. A great engage there, and that is the trust they are putting in him as their core engage for this game. Mataz stalling for time, though, and almost escapes, but doesn't quite. I mean, how does Kodapako get out of here? Rebel does get the kill, so it is not optimal. The refillables, I believe that is. And Ignabilu, I actually think, was trying to go over the wall, but does not have the refillable potion, literally saving Kodapako's life right there. I mean, talk about skin of your teeth escapes. Doesn't get closer than that. Doesn't get closer than 10 health. We're seeing this Herald spawn. Don't think anyone's going to go crazy for it. Mataz already has full control. Ganks is in the bot lane looking to kill someone. Kodapako is getting decimated. Just, the Tangle Barbs have been on point this game for Seiya. It's not bad damage. Kodapako can land his own damage back, but it's just not the same, you know? As Ganks going to just steal away some, or try to steal away some camps, but Seiya's here now, so, not very likely. Not very easy, at least. Rebel's not going to be able to take it, but he's going to get the engage. And now Seiya landing the combo and the Shaka Bra before walking away as Matan secures the Herald for in exchange for a Grump. Quite literally, a Grump for the Herald. Which is crazy. Mataz looking for a dive onto Xiaoni here. But he's just going to get the back. The wave already gone. Oh, Xiaoni just... That was not intentional. I don't believe so. I'm 90% certain that was Xiaoni just checking something as Kodapako. With no objective in 20. So if he doesn't use it here, if he found it engage onto Mataz, obviously would have took it as Mataz finishes the Sundered Sky, actually. And the Bork for the Callista now is going to be huge with the Zeeks. Oh, the Zeeks is such a good item now. And I believe both supports are going to go it. But Kodapako, if he found the engage onto Mataz, absolutely huge. Goes in with the package, kills him with the help of Xiaoni. If not, just goes bot lane. Has 40 seconds on this package still. So either way, it was actually really well timed for Leviatan to do that and to let Kodapako back and grab the package because it is expiring soon, but he's got it. Doesn't really need to use it anymore unless someone gets caught out. Probably just going to use it to, rotate at this point with it expiring in a few seconds. It was a very good package and package grab and teleport away. Or teleport top, very nice. And use that increased move speed to go. Oh, getting jumped on though. Mataz going forward with the flash cyclone. And there is Kodapako gone. In his own jungle. 6 Karma are finding the punishes and the teleport to bot lane now from Anche to stop Xiaoni from taking the bot turret. So, win-win. Just wins now. 4-6 Karma across the board. They do give over a dragon, and maybe they've given over a bit more as 5Kid goes insanely low, forced to flash away and use the heal. Virus will find a big pressure in the chains. Chain of Corruption is gone. Didn't connect. If it connected onto Xiaoni, it was probably a 1-for-1, but does not end up happening as they will get this mid, or will start to take this mid tier 2, but Mataz is here, and the wave just wasn't going to get pushed out fast enough. And this is a super slow siege. Because it is going to eventually fall. It does eventually fall, though. And it will be Seiya picking up first. Turret of Blood. And Ganks actually picked the right one. But now he needs to re-engage, and he's going to get the airborne, and another wind becomes lightning, but I don't think he has enough damage or enough health to get Seiya. That stall from the Pop Blossom was perfectly enough to give him time, to give Seiya time to run away and be not dead. As he's staying, actually. Oh no, it doesn't show the clone is recalling on the minimap. Okay, interesting. Feel like it would. But it doesn't. Okay. As we have a Muramana finished actually now. And the Locket first for Ignabilu. So we're not quite there yet. As the Herald is here. Will we see the driver? Yes! Rebel will drive it and take down the first turret in mid lane. As we actually see a trade of turrets in the top lane. The top tier ones both down. And now Leviatan gonna have to, I mean, it's really close. It's 600 gold. No one's really gonna have anything to do for quite a while, so it's farm and push. Jowney gonna save his bond. Tier 1, it wasn't really that narrow. It was pretty clear. Anche doesn't have that much turret siege yet. But Igna and Rebel just go into war over wards, and I fully feel that as a fellow support player. Kotopako actually gonna land a nice rocket, but 5-kid with the side steps to not even get touched by one after. So, Rebel, the only one who got hit by a rocket there. Nothing much ends up happening, as we're going to just see, again, more rotations to side lanes. More go down side, push, rotate out, take your back. Someone answers for quite a while. Probably about, I would say, 2 minutes till Ocean Drake spawns. I don't see an angle where anyone goes for the Baron on spawn. We actually see even another item finish. Jeez, 25 CS ahead, and 5-kid has opportunity up now. I mean, he is just very far ahead. He's just a lot of gold ahead of his lane opponent, though. Virus isn't lacking super hard. He's trying. He's trying his hardest to keep up with him, but just 5-kid is... I mean, this is 2 series in a row, though. I will put it that way. This is 2 series in a row where Leviatan's core, one of their core issues, outside of, again, not, I mean, I don't know what happened between yesterday and today, because yesterday they had so much confidence to make plays. Ignabilu, staring down Leviatan is not the best idea, but they had full confidence to make a lot of plays. Then you feel like they didn't have the business making against one of the best teams in the league, but now maybe they don't have the business to make those plays. As Gangs is going to be sent to the Shadow Realm by the Blast Cone. It's going to be able to rotate back to safety without any core, or without dying, so that's really good. Thankfully, the Tangle Barbs did just miss instead of finding him and decimating him. Always a good feeling. Ganks going to land the wind becoming lightning onto Mataz, but not going to follow it, as 6K have a team meeting in the enemy jungle, and Mataz is hiding on bush like Faker told him to. And you see this gold graph. Both teams had actually peaks of 948, it seems. And Ignabilu gets caught out by Rebel again, just not having fun. And yeah, almost a 1,000 gold lead in bot lane. And a 300 gold lead in mid. That is exactly what I expected here. You're 29 CS ahead. It's going to be painful. Now 30, full 30. And this is going to probably be a Drake over to 6K, but actually Leviatan have done really well to push Seiya completely out of this fight. For the time being, package is up for Kotopako. He can get in there and do some real damage. The rockets are landing the teleport behind from Seiya now. And there goes the equalizer. The Pop Blossom is absolutely massive. Catches 2, but Mataz is going low. The Cyclone finds nobody, and it's a kill for Jowney. Now his Gangs is running around the back. 5-kid going to secure that kill. The Drake is so low, but it's only 5-kidded Rebel. They're going to need a snipe it. Do you have it in you, 5-kid? Are you Guma? No. Does not seem that he is the second coming of Gumayushi, as Leviatan will get their second dragon in a hectic fight that ends up going in their favor. And a bot turret to boot. That was phenomenal from Kotopako here. Look at this. Jowney forces them to go forwards, and then the massive package. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. The massive package of Kotopako there. because that is a sentence that is said. Yes. Kotobanko using his passive gorgeously in coordination of Zhaoni, and that is the confidence I expect to see from this team after taking Estral the distance in game 1 yesterday. And you see the damage, 3,500 from the Corki, 2,200 from Zhaoni. That is exactly what I want. But now Ignabilu is getting CC chained to oblivion. He's going to be able to jump out eventually. That is the Celestial opposition coming through to save the day. As Gank's going to be able to dodge the Tangle Buffs at least, so not going to get jumped on himself. There it is. The Malignance now, the Shadow Flame. Ooh, Virus has a Rage Blade. That is very, very, very fun. And the Rift Maker for Zhaoni is just so much more of a threat. Speaking of Zhaoni, jukes out Anche, and that is it. Clears the wave. Gank's clearing a ward. Heck yeah. That's thrilling content. I love that. But we're going to see Leviatan come together to try and push out this tier 1 in mid to really open up the map all the way. The Equalizer onto 5kid to so much damage. He's so low. He's going to get the plant, though. He's going to get the Honey Fruits to jump away, but they will at least get the mid tier 1, which is what they came for. They got 5kid. It would have been nice, but doesn't happen, sadly. Still able to walk away victorious in the turret 1v5. Nailed it. And the Frozen Heart. Ooh, 5kid's going to be having not the worst time. He is playing lethality, so he only wants those 3 auto attacks, but not going to be fun to play into. Nonetheless, especially with the most important part of it, the rock solid. A lot of, I mean, it's reduced the damage by, what is it, 40? I don't know if it's a percentage or not, though, but I'm not going to say it. It might be a percentage. It's not going to tell me. Okay. We see 6 Karma somehow still in control. Is this Hex Flash? Okay. I don't know if he was going to go over the short part of that wall or just go forwards with it, but does end up just going forwards. Ache fighting Zhaoni. Not even fighting Zhaoni, just answering Zhaoni. Oh. Rip cannon. Did not come through. You can see Zhaoni just, very far ahead still. Like, the highest level in the game once again. Zhaoni does love him some XP. Sorry. So last game we saw 1 Baron. It was a Nightmare Baron fight, and it ended up going to the hands of 6 Karma, who pushed really hard with it and got it. Ache gets the combo onto Zhaoni, but Zhaoni is doing so much damage. That Haunting guy's giving it, the Leandra's giving him so much bonus damage. Zhaoni gets all outed on, but it's not going to matter as Zhaoni goes on a killing spree. And he's 3-0 now, and it wasn't a 1v1 like it has been for some of these, but wins. That's all that matters is win. Oh my god, the CS diff. The Shireldas? I've never figured out how to pronounce it. The Shireldas probably is finished for 5kid. That is going to be really good for lethality. Armor penetration based on how much lethality you currently have. Slow on abilities is also great, and it gives lethality. It is just such a good item. As we see that not stopwatch, oof, that was bad. That not stopwatch stasis item finished for Zhaoni. So he will have 1 free stasis until he finishes the Hourglass, and the package is up. They want to go. They can go Baron. They can go Drake. If they get the Drake, it's Drake Soul Point. And that can be really threatening. I mean, it is Chemtech, so it's not the... Or no, it's Ocean. Sorry, why is that backwards? That is reverse. That is annoying. Anyways, Ocean Soul could be really awesome for Leviatan. And we get to see Virus and Ganks already starting it. There's so much damage with that. With the Kalista available. Basically a second smite. As you're going to see, yeah. Can kill at higher percentages than Smite can. So, much like a Nunu, Kalista is a terrifying force in objective fights because of that. And now they're going to turn their attention to a potential Baron fight because the package is still available for Kotopaco. And if anything, again, just use it to get to lane. Ignabilu has found Rebel again, best friends, and the package used just to get to top and clear out that top wave. As Mataz is... What? Huh? That Cyclone used. Interesting. Okay. Sure. We'll go with that, I guess. Oh, it's bugged. No, wait, it is Chemtech. Yeah, those are green. That is Chemtech. That's the wrong one again. God damn it. Every time, man. And Ganks is, I think, used the Baron to escape the other side of the jungle and started the fight against it. Gotta get stretching. As 5Kid caught something. What happened there? 5Kid forced to flash, use the chains, and heal all at the same time. As now everyone's teleporting in the double TP, the legendary combo, but no one's gonna get stunned because Ignabilu gets pulled away by the all-out. That's a miscoordination, and now Ache is just getting burned down with Rebel here. Virus is going to be able to free fire. Great Crescent Guard. Rebel stung in the middle of everybody. He has the reduced or the increased armor and magic resist, but it's not even gonna matter. Oh no, 6 Karma. That is the opposite of what Leviatan did in that Drake fight. They had such a good Drake fight earlier. And then 6 Karma do that. Leviatan showing us what great teamwork and coordination looks like in one fight. And 6 Karma showing us what pushing all the buttons on your keyboard does at the same time as 5Kid instantly gets jumped on. He's getting flamethrowered though. He's so low, but the Ignite is going to take him out before he can even question it. Flash for flash there. The rocket not going to connect. Asaya's going to be able to get away, but an incredible equalizer. Virus, great cleanse. Instantly cleansing the Tangle Barbs as he jumped into it and got away with it. As I believe that was Xiaoni going unstoppable as he is 5 and oh, he doesn't care. Best team fighting top lane I have seen in a while. And that is a double airborne for Ache. But Xiaoni's just going to turn around. He is doing so much damage. He is the threat Rebel. Not going to be able to go over the wall. Mataz is looking for the engage here. But Ignabilu going to get him charmed up. He jumps into the pit with Rebel. But it's not the right time. He was late on the jump in. Xiaoni is dominating. Ignabilu has a pair of kills this game, and Leviatan are on fire. And it all starts with such a, what looks like a great teleport. It looked great, and then it just did not. It just, the double TP could have worked, but the all out with the Pop Blossom do not coordinate to go together. And that is just not what you want to have happened when you use your Pop Blossom. The only person you have in your targets, oh, 5Kid, no flash, no heal, no chains anymore, and it is another kill in the pocket of Kotopaco. Actually, that was Xiaoni. Damn. Xiaoni, guys, good. Saya just going forwards. Ignabilu going to jump away, still getting hit by the Tangle Barbs. And Ache maybe looking for Kotopaco there, but it's not going to happen. Instead, they're just going to free fire onto him with the Rocket Barrage and the Hydro Flame Spitter. And Ganks with Virus just shredding this bot turret. The shield bow finished for Virus now, and this is the ADC we saw yesterday. This is the ADC we saw against All Knights. The confidence of Leviatan have returned to them after a singular Drake fight. A phenomenal Drake fight nonetheless. The swagger they had yesterday has come back, and they are swagging all over. 6 Karmas. I took the pause there. I didn't know if Ganks was going to live that or not, if Rebel wanted to go in, but they won't. The chain of corruption wasted again. Ignabilu just staring at Ache as Rebel's going to get the engage onto Ganks. Saya and Mataz are looking for anything, but he's going to jump in, look for the Cyclone, not going to get anything. Saya's going to get a 4-man Palm Blossom, but he's already dead. As Kodapako goes on his own killing spree. Ignabilu just pushing forwards with the W. Ache just trying to run away, and Leviatan may have done it right here. The final stand. Can you do it? 6 Karma. The first Nexus turret will fall. Ache looks for a nice double knockup into the all-out. It's not going to do anything. Rebel jumps in. Maybe it actually will. The second Nexus turret will fall, but no, it will not. Ache is down. Going forwards. Johnny is legendary, baby. Making 8 kills this game. And Leviatan force game 3 in a phenomenal game. And that is exactly what I wanted from them. They proved me that they didn't need to worry about their engages, because holy cow, Igna is a menace on this Rakan. I feel like I should have known that already, but like I'm being taught a lesson. There's a reason they dominated the game. Igna got Rakan against All Knights, and it shows that they are fully confident in their ability to play. That was, the coordination, it all starts with one Drake fight that I am so thrilled to talk about constantly over and over. I know I'm talking it to death, but it was a great Drake fight. They go and get the equalizer in the backlines to force them to walk forwards. Kodapako's waiting for all of them to go forwards because they know the flank is coming. So they just send it through everyone, and it does so much damage. It's incredible. And that's just like, oh shoot, sorry. I'm like moving my mic with my, because I'm sitting on my headphone cables because I'm very smart. But that was just perfection in that fight, and they just snowballed all of that into a dominating mid to late game victory where it kept going. Leviatan just kept snowballing harder and harder in these fights, and they just looked like they were so, I mean, yeah, this is the confidence that they had against All Knights. This is the confidence they had in game 1 yesterday. This is the team that I think, like, this is the form I said yesterday, if they play like this, like, if they play like this every game, they will win. Like, they will put up an actual fight against some top tier teams. Like, this one is pretty phenomenal. This play right here. The fact that they survived and almost turned it around into another kill. No way. Both teams played insanely well here, though. Rebel, I mean, kicking off this thing with a great play. And then Kodapako trying to come in and save the day, but it just does not happen. Rebel is a bodyguard legend on this one. And then, which play is this? This is Kodapako getting absolutely decimated. This is when 6K looked like they were going to be able to pull it back. Really good catch out there, but this is the fight that changed it all. A great equalizer into an incredible package to go straight through the Pop Blossom. Just did not care, and because of that, they got to trade 3 for 1. And then this is just the miscommunication that cost 6K the game, pretty much. If they get Ignabilu here, it's over. There's no engage from Leviatan that they can use. They don't have package available. They only have ganks, and ganks only can get 1. So if that miscommunication doesn't happen there, that's just, that's a different fight. And then this Baron fight, that doesn't actually turn into the Baron. The zoning is great. And then the engage, they just don't spot out Igna again. And it's just, that allows Johnny to just go forwards and free fire onto Mataz and 5Kid, and that's just costing. And then this is just a great cleanse. I mean, it's not really anything. That's just a great cleanse. I don't even know if it hit, but it was good. And then this is Igna stalling for long enough, and then they were thrown off a little bit. The timings were a bit off for Mataz, probably. They were obviously in a bit of a panic mode. And you see the damage. Yep. This is what I expected. 6 Karma really playing a lot through 5 Kid and hoping his damage comes through, with Seiya being the supporting character here, and Zhaoni being the guy. Zhaoni and Kodapako able to carry. And we've seen carry jobs from Virus. Like, we've seen Virus do some sick carry jobs. But, I mean, I think in both wins this season so far, before today. Yeah. In pretty much most of their games, their lead damage dealer is Zhaoni. Like, true. I think it's only, this is, what, there's 3 games where Virus breaks 20k damage. 3 games. It's not very fair to him. It's 4. He actually did 34,000 in a game, so they can switch up the carries a lot. Zhaoni has shown he can play tanky. He's played carries. And it's kind of really nice to have, actually. Kodapako's played pretty much all they need, all that is expected of him to be played, I guess. But it is really nice to see, a game 3. That's always fun, to actually see the series go the distance. But it's really nice to see Leviatan able to play around so many different people. Because last game, it was just Zhaoni. Like, literally, last game, it was, if Zhaoni falls behind, we are screwed. But now it's, like, they played around Zhaoni, but they had Kodapako doing incredibly, and Virus really didn't have to do anything. We've seen, again, that All Night series was just a showcase of how good Virus can be and how amazing he can play. So it's not like he's dead weight on this team. I mean, for me, I'm sure they're going to give MVP to Zhaoni because Zhaoni played incredibly. I would give MVP to Ignabilu, actually. I think he had some really amazing plays, had some really good shining moments, and it is, like, he played the game all supports want to play. He played the game that all Rakans want to have in solo queue. They hit all the flash queues, they hit all their R flash queues. They feel perfectly, like they have great timed shields, they have incredibly timed gleaming quills. The ideal game of Rakan just happened there for Igna, and I feel that it won't get MVP. I don't think playing a phenomenal support game is enough to get, or what I would consider a mostly perfect support game is enough to justify getting MVP, especially when Zhaoni did 27,000 damage, 25,000 damage this game, and didn't die. That one is a bit of a tough sell to top. Zhaoni reminding all of Latin America why he is such a dominant carry in his position. Like, again, 2 games of 20, not even just 20, like, he hit 22 last game. That's 2 games in a row of above 22,000 damage. The streak doesn't continue into the previous series. He played Gragas the last series. So sadly doesn't get to extend. I think he just didn't play a very good Renekton. So doesn't extend there. I just think this is, yeah, I want to see this confidence, this swag. And yeah, to the surprise of literally nobody, 9-0-2 on the game, 20-something, like, over 25,000 damage. Zhaoni MVP. An incredible Rumble game. Again, I'm going to keep pointing out this fight because it is such a damn... Or no, this is a different fight. Yeah, this is them not spotting out Igna. This is kind of why I was making my case for Igna to be MVP of the game. But they don't spot out Igna, and it just allows 5kid to walk forwards pretty much with the Hydra Flame Spitter onto 2 core targets on Mataz and 5kid, and you really don't want him to get at that kind of access. And then this incredible equalizer, which is very nice in securing the kill onto Seiya. They're not even going to show what I think is the best play of the game, but you get it. Drake play was great. Who cares? Potato. I can talk about that Drake play for a while, actually. But that is it for game 2. We're going to go to game 3. I'm honestly impressed. It only took 9 series. Think about it. Not 9 series. Yeah, 9. I'm dumb and can't count. Anyways, gonna toss it to a really quick break. And I will see you for game 3 as Leviatan kind of just curb stomp Six Karma in game 2 to send us to a decisive game. See you in 4-ish minutes.
Be my boyfriend.
All right, hello and welcome back to the final game of this best of 3 between Leviatan and 6 Karma, as both are battling for 4th place in the league right now. Sorry, it's LLA. Leviatan win this game. They advance to 2-2 and will easily take the 4th place spot for the time being until we know how Rainbow Seven's next game against Isris goes tomorrow. 6 Karma win, they take control of 4th. Even if they lose to, unless they lose to All Knights tomorrow, of course. But it is still on to play for. Pretty much this is for upper bracket for the time being until further notice. This is a valuable match to start on in the early season. As we're going to see pretty standard bans. Cotopaxi not going to be getting the Corki, though. That is taken away. And 5kid not going to be able to touch. That is the wrong graphic, by the way. That is a best of 5. This is a best of 3. Anyways, 5kid once again not going back to that Lucian. And finally, 6 Karma have learned their lesson and have taken away Leviatan's Rumble on Jouni. And they're just going to lock in the Callista for Virus here instead. It's interesting that Leviatan, no one switched sides because Leviatan has opted to go to the red side or to the blue side for game 2, and then 6 Karma opt to go to red side for game 3. So nobody has switched sides here, which is very, very odd to me. And we're actually gonna see Rebel take away this Rakan, and it's for the most part been, if Igna's not on Rakan, it's been a tough series for Leviatan, as this Rakan will also just be the pairing for the 6 Karma bot lane. And I'm assuming we're going to see a jungle support lock-in from Leviatan. Given everything in this draft so far, they aren't really the team that wants to blind top lane if not needed, or not if not needed, but if they don't have something to blind, they won't. This Rel, they might actually save jungle for second rotation here. Jungler support. They might just take a mid laner then. Given the flexibility of Rel and its synergy with Callista if needed, I do see an angle where they actually hold off on drafting. I'm going to keep fiddling with this, but yeah, they are going to hold off on drafting the jungle or the support, as they are going to take the Azir for Cotopaxi. Had an time on it yesterday. I believe it was 2-2-1 against Cody's Yone to close out that series, as they lost 2-0. And it will be just the Talia answer again for Seiya. Had a very nice game 1. Great synergy with Mataz. Don't know if they're going to get their hands on the Vi again, but they can definitely get their hands on a jungler that works very similarly. Or not similarly, but works very well still with the current team comp. Maokai taken away from ganks. Didn't really have a good game on it, but it's still going to get banned away. Do they have anything else to really ban away? I mean, could ban away supports. Rakan is gone, but that's not the only support that they were planning to play, probably. I would say Renata still should probably be banned by 6k. Unless it's a secret Rakan top pick, or secret Rakan mid with Talia jungle. And they're gonna go with. I don't see it. Gragas taken away from Ache. What are they leaning toward? Are they leaning towards Jouney's Jax? I think that's telegraphing it a bit too aggressively. Gragas, I mean, yes, is strong, but a very well-known Jax counter. I mean, Jouney even played it just yesterday, so if Jouney is going for the Jax here, is looking to go for the Jax, this is very aggressive on it. Gank's not going to be touching that Jarvan either. Again, this is possibly 6 Karma trying to make the decision for Leviatan. This could be 6 Karma trying to make Leviatan have to go with the Rel jungle, because there's no other options on the board. But maybe not. We'll see. Yes, Mataz will be off of the Vi here, so no running it back from game 1. And it is up to 5kid here. What 5kid wants is the deciding factor of what's going to be the counter pick, and they're going to save counter pick for top. Not very surprising, but it is the Xin Zhao locked in for Mataz now. And hey, very good game too from Xin, which I wasn't expecting to say, like, at all. Given the draft, I wasn't expecting it, and this is going to be Zhao Jax. Not surprising. Maybe they flex it onto ganks if they choose to, if they really want to. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's all up to what Igna wants to play. If Igna wants to play something else, it will not actually be the Jax jungle. It will be in Zhao's hands, and we will see Igna on this Rel and ganks on the Sejuani. I mean, very interesting drafting with the theoretical triple jungles, but there is a very specific way these are going to be lined up. It's not like Kai'Sa Tristana where you're able to kind of mix them around because no one would know. We're going to see Ornn, I believe the first Ornn of the season. I'm going to check that. I don't think there's been an Ornn this season. Yeah, no Ornn in the LLA. I can check really quickly for the rest of the league. I mean, I'll just check really quick because I don't know. Let's see. For Ornn, not now. For Ornn, there are 4 lock-ins. And one of them support. But we've seen it go 3-1 in overall, and we've seen it 2-1 in the top lane by some pretty big names and Wudon. You know who Wudon is? Exactly. Wudon's the one lost, by the way. So that is the draft for the last game of this series, and both of these teams can really use the win. Leviatan has a meeting with the teams that have smacked them down already. They got a future meeting with Estral and Isurus again, and in a league that is as small as this, where 6 out of the 7 teams make playoffs, 2 wins could be the magic number if there's a lot of traded wins here, as we are straight into the last game here. Not of the day. There's still another best of 5. Infinity versus All Knights, which has the potential to be awful. And we're seeing a very aggressive position already taken by 6 Karma. The double wards. Oh my goodness. What is going on this game already? Very aggressive. As Virus is the sole member not sitting here as Rebel, gonna walk forwards and get a rock to the not a rock to the face, going to get, what even was that? I don't even know. He got hit though. Anjay doesn't spot out Jowney, but Jowney just sitting in a bush. And again, nothing crazy. Is Jowney gonna beat up Mataz here? Would be fun to watch. As Seiya and Kodapako gonna just go for early trade. Nothing too crazy, of course. I wish, but level 1 is only so interesting for these 2 champions. Oh, already dropping minions, and I didn't get to say it last game, but we're actually going to see a nice counter-strike out from Anche. That is not what I got to say last game, also, because there was no Jax, but the issue that has done Leviatan in for so many of their games is CSing. They just haven't done it consistently against pretty much every team that wasn't All Knight. Against every team that wasn't All Knights, they have fallen behind massively in CS at various points, and it is not doing them any favors, as it just kind of creates a gold deficit that they can't claw themselves out of. I mean, yes, they did eventually claw themselves out of the deficit last game, but that was because of a lot of kills. They got a lot of kills, and they were able to just make up the lost gold in homicides on Jowney, who wasn't even behind its CS, actually. Jowney was pretty ahead for most of the game, and then it got evened. But we're seeing Leviatan again, this push, or getting pushed in the bot lane, and Jowney starting to get some push. In top is Kotapago taking a very nice trade with Seiya as we spot out ganks. Hi, ganks. And so they know he's going to go clear his topside jungle. And Path's a very specific way to actually threaten Seiya. As the stun coming through again onto Ache. Ache still pretty tanky though, so it's not that bad. Going to get the Bellows. Is he going to get the proc? No. Not going to get the Brittle proc. Very well played by Jowney there to at least maintain some of his health. As now jumping forwards, Jowney very low, forced to leap strike away with the ward, and Ache still holding this wave at his turret. So Jowney in this very forward position knows he has ganks in the top river, so Mataz would very likely be spotted out if he was going for this play. And this will actually be bot scuttle. A nice stun. The root not coming through onto Igna from 5kid though, somehow. I actually don't even know how. That one was really impressive that one didn't. I feel like someone got a bit cheated. Mataz will eventually take this bot scuttle though. And picking out the Krugs and the Raptors here. Interestingly, Mataz is just going to show he doesn't really care. There's no reason not to. It's not like he loses anything. As someone's getting stolen from, and he knows that Ganks is here. And he's going to actually make the rotation here. He's going to not bite. And the juke comes through from Ganks, though. So he will not fall to Mataz just yet. Going to land the first two parts of the Frozen Flail. He's just going to recall. Mataz has not much he can steal. He's in the wrong half of the jungle to do that. He's just going to have to go back because his birds have despawned by now. Virus going to get forced to cleanse out. And same with 5kid here. And that's cleanse for cleanse. That is a very, very exposed pair of ADCs now. That is not good for either side, honestly. Very well played for both, I guess. We didn't really get to see it. I only got to see the end of it, so I just kind of have to make guesses. Which aren't fun. But we're going to see these Void Grips taken. Ache getting the push back in this bot lane. So Jowney stuck under turret and spotting out ganks earlier. They forced him out already. So we'll be able to secure 3 grubbies for themselves and are 2 away from the buff. Now we're going to see Ache actually finish the Sunfire first because there's been a mix. I mean, yeah. In all leagues, we've been seeing a variety of choices as Jowney, again, just continue to get the smackdown from Ache here. We've seen those who choose not to go. Oh, that is supposed to be an auto. And now here comes... Oh, the flash read on the ultimate. And Ache gets first blood with the searing charges. Ganks is forced to back out in the bot lane. And 6k will take the dragon away, and the Leviatan are losing on both sides of the map from that play. Oh no, that is awful for Leviatan. The Horn comes through, it connects, and then they lose the dragon on the other side. Virus has nowhere to go right now, but Ganks is here to help if needed, and 5kid and Rebel before, and they just don't. Plate goes through though, so Lodi is money, but what is so? How come? And then with no leaf strike, Jowney knows that he's gonna probably flash down. Good read on the ult. It probably would have connected either way, but still, he knew which way Jowney wanted to go, and there's no escaping. He didn't have a ward hop available. He didn't have leap strike. Couldn't have even done it if he wanted to. Ache's not going to hit the pillar, though. But he's still going to get so much damage onto Jowney. Dorn is just kind of an issue right now. That's what's... Oh, is he going for the Hollow Radiance? I see what looks like the starts of a Hollow Radiance here, actually. But that, I mean, I see the null magic in here. Just not something you build if you're going Sunfire, but what else would he be going at this point of the game? He's not really. There's not a lot of AP threat unless he's going for Merc Treads and continue to go Sunfire still. Ganks is setting up this play. Ache going to be able to charge away. He has the Unstoppable available. The flash forwards is interesting from Ganks as he misses the Q flash. Oh, Kodapako doesn't commit the shuffle. I don't know why. As Mataz is jumping out to Zhao, and here comes Ache. Ganks is here to help, but doesn't have the ulti. Mata's going to be able to get the Q or get the ulti off, but I mean, doesn't really need it. And now jumping in, no cleanse on 5Kid again, but they need to find the kill virus. 5Kid burning down on the wrong side. He has the ulti now from the wave. Incredible, a nice root. And Ignabilu is not going to be able to find the kill just yet. The Gleaming Quill is phenomenal. And there is the grand entrance. But finally, with the full tilt, we'll find the kill onto or onto 5Kid. So they get something back, but it's a kill for 5Kid and Igna, and not for Virus there. So it is still optimal. Or best outcome for 6K that isn't just both of them surviving, obviously. And that ulti, the awareness of 5Kid to know to go for the wave there to get the Feather Storm is incredible. Because he gets caught. Igna does so well here to get this cleanse out early. Great flash from Virus to just get past the grand entrance. But it's not going to be enough here to get him a kill. It will be enough to get Igna the kill eventually, but very tough for him, as Ganks will at least deny the Void Mites over to Mataz in that situation. Ooh, jeez. That is not good for Zhaoni, who is very low now and doesn't have teleport, so Anche's probably going to get a plating here, unless Zhaoni chooses to stick around, which he might have to, actually. As we see Rebel and Igna staring each other down without really knowing they are. But both eventually call it off, as Mataz is stealing the jungle here, stealing away the red buff. Oh, that was a bad pop in my back, my god. And we are just seeing 6 Karma just really push their advantages. I mean, this just feels tough. 14 CS lead. Again, so unbelievably behind in CS. Yeah, that's 2 platings over to Ache. Getting pushed while not having TP was terrible for Zhaoni. It just made the waves, it just made this lane impossible to come back in, pretty much. Especially with that kill gold, and now being, what is that, 20... I want to say 29. No, that's wrong. We see the gold lead. It's still only 1,000. It's just over 1,000 still, but it's not looking pretty. It's 23 now. But besides mid, which actually is a 13 CS lead, it's been double digits for most of this game for Leviatan. Ganks is just sitting here. Why? I don't know. As it will be the second Drake over to 6 Karma, so they will have the ability to rush Soul Point without question. It is Hollow Radiance. Why is it Hollow Radiance? I don't actually know. But okay. Sure. Interesting. Anyways, the Kraken Slayer finished for 5Kid. I think we should see the Bork finished soon for Virus. And we already have the Gnasher's Tooth done for Kotapanko, actually very ahead in CS right now, so That is a luxury he has afforded himself, specifically as Ignavilu has been caught up by Mataz. Flash, but there is the ult and grand entrance out from Rebel, but now Kotopako's coming in. A great magnet storm to keep Mataz and Rebel being dragged away, but it's not going to be enough. Kotopako isn't going to go in, doesn't have the divide available, or not the divide, doesn't have the ability to shuffle. He used the shifting sands to get there. And oh, a lot of damage from Antas or from Seiya as Ache is just getting smacked over the head with the lamp. So they trade 1 kill at least. Jowney is back in this game. But 6 Karma are still very ahead. As full wave cleared. And now it is 19 CS ahead for 5 Kid. It is just not an optimal situation. Virus can cancel his recall, and he will actually cancel Rebel's recall. Very nice. Johnny gonna get a plate and leave. Teleport back in from Ache. Sorry. As I believe Igna's trying to cancel another recall, and he will. Mataz will at least get this last Void Grub to make it a 4-2 split for the Grubbies, but no Void Mites. Oh my jeez. Sorry. There will be no Void Mites for 6 Karma, which sucks. You got the full set of 3. Would be really nice to get the Grubs on your side, but it's okay. Ignabilu could have just jumped this wall probably, but chooses not to. And then Kotopako had to use the sands to get over. I mean, even soldiers, he arose the soldiers and shifted them. So he couldn't really do much of anything to stop that play from happening after he already went in. And then Jowney just gets... Ache thinks he has the angle here, but the backup from ganks, and then Jowney just has the ulti available, so he has a lot of extra damage on his side. He's able to do a lot. As Leviatan starting this Herald, maybe looking, I mean, just hoping this is a play that they can get back in. This is the vehicle that they can take to get back into the game. Rebel going in, has found Ignabilu. Good charm, but there's the shuffle, and it's going to throw Mataz right into the whole just the entirety of Leviatan. An incredible Shuriman shuffle as Jowney is looking to solo Ache under his turret. Here comes the call of the Forge God, though. It's going to be dodged by Jowney, but that will at least get the separation needed for Ache to survive this play. And the gold is almost dead even now for Leviatan as Gank's going to whip out the Frozen Heart first item. Man, the mythics were terrible. Sundered Sky for Jowney is just not going to help the case of the enemies. And there, yep. Okay, so the Bork is done. We're waiting on one more. What is he building? And it wasn't even a shuffle. It was just a divide, actually. And even getting Igna out of there alive is gorgeous. I mean, Ache almost dying. And then Jowney thinks he can do it. Doesn't have Leap Strike. Doesn't have the damage, but has the Leap Strike to get out of dodge. At least. So it's something. As, oh, Drake up in 20. I was wondering why Ache was coming down from top lane to come mid, but it's because the party has moved. It is time to fight for a dragon, as yeah, Ache, highest level in the game, no shock. It's usually a top laner. There's no surprises. As 6 Karma are kind of just stuck in mid, but they have the push advantage, and that is going to be really nice for them to have, as that's going to be a nice only single man ulti combo, but that's already one down. Mataz and 5 Kid somehow. Oh yeah, Igna got caught in that too. Okay, sure. As Jowney continuing to get chased here, but it is a 2-for-0 for 6 Karma, and that is the exact angle they need. They want Leviatan to gank, or to gang up and stand together so they can get the punish. As, have they found Virus? He's going to be able to dodge away a good frozen flail, a nice, yeah, I don't, it's a glacial prison. Entomb. Nice glacial prison there. Nice frozen flail. There it is. I'm really tired. I'm sorry. I'm so tired right now. Will there be a second set? I don't know. I'm way too tired, actually. But we're going to see Kodapako be able to trade this turret back. Or not even trade this turret. Just get the turret. Turret for Drake, but it's also a 3-0 Drake lead. And it's Infernal Soul, so you gotta fight for everyone now. Like, it's just really difficult because Leviatan have to answer to every Drake. And if Six Karma finds this play over and over again, not even over and over, if they find plays like that, it's over. It's actually just over for Leviatan. There's no angle I can see where they survive this play or survive those plays. It's not really an acceptable answer to say, oh yeah, they're going to survive these. It's just really tough because now Orange just not taking any damage from Azir, and that's not good. And now he's just going to build Snow Gargoyles. What is he building? I'm trying to think. I miss Gargoyle Stone plays the answer. As we see the Seraphs finish too. Ooh. Seraphs being done is not pleasant. I'll tell you that. It's going to be really annoying. That Seiya's going to have a big shield to save him later on as Kodapako shreds this turret right now with the Snatchers and Haunting Guys. But Ache will be here to slow down the shenanigans from the mid laner of Leviatan for the time being. But this invade is absolutely huge. That's a lot of money over to 5 Kid and Mataz just for stealing that. And no angle here. Don't think this is going to be a Baron Rush. Going to be really honest. Don't see a Baron Rush, but Zhao rotating down and Ganks pushing Ache away from the turret. Zhao was calling for that one, actually. But now there are 3 members of Six Karma in his blue side jungle. He is not even going to assume. He's just assuming they are there and is backing up, and that is fully understandable. As the Baron is spawning, and look at that. Great camel work, as we won't get to see the Baron spawn, but we get to see the Baron's journey to River, which is always fun. That is the wave cleared already. Yeah, there is some unreal wave clear on this Six Karma. On this Six Karma draft right now is the Navari Quick Blades coming out for 5 Kid. They're back in business already. Didn't think the Quick Blades were going to remain meta after all the item changes. There were so many items, but the ADC items barely changed. So yeah, Quick Blades here to stay. And I mean, fair enough. It's fun to use. As it's just going to continue to be Six Karma have so much pressure they can walk forwards and oh well, there's a control ward. Never mind. I was gonna say they can get the wards they want, and there's a control ward force at least, I guess. Sure. As Ache upgraded Jock shows finished. I don't know all the ornaments yet, so I don't know the ornaments for all the items. I mean, I can remember some of them, like Frozen Fist. That's in the game. There's the Slay. So every time that Rebel CCs someone, they get, or every time they CC someone, every 30 seconds they get move speed and healing, and Virus going to use the Fate's Call, but it's only going to send Ignabilu to his death, but that's too so low. Ganks doesn't have any damage, though. He's not playing a carry anymore, but Jowney is. The shuffle into the turret's going to find Mataz, and maybe Leviatan have found the angle to get back into this game, as they actually take the gold lead now by about a few 600, 700-ish. And that is a phenomenal play on what was originally just a catch out onto Ignabilu. And Virus, they really nailed it. Now the Trinity Force for Jowney. He is going to be just hitting really hard, and now he's going to be hitting even faster. This originally was a catch out of Igna for going in too hard. And Gank's not even going to land anything, but there's so much damage right there from Virus on that rend that they really were able to do whatever, and he's just stacking the rents. He's just stacking the spears at that point. He couldn't really do anything with it. But that was just incredible follow-up. Oh, Ache forced to flash away, but Jowney doesn't really care for it. He forced him back with the blast cone, and now running away. And Jowney ulties, but has to respect the unsteady ground to back up. Has to just understand it. And this is going to be Drake started for Leviatan for the time being. So for the time being, they have stalled the Drake stacking unless there's an incredible play, and there just isn't. Ignabilu going in though, catching 3 in the Magnet Storm, but they need the damage. Jowney is getting comboed. He's gonna find Rebel as he gets on a killing spree. Ache is just gonna go and try and solo Ignabilu, and he will succeed as he's fighting Johnny in the backlines. But Virus has found a kill and he's going forwards, but now he's gonna get comboed. The counter in the Talia is huge. The double kill will come through, but Mataz survives with a gorgeous crescent guard. Jowney has no more mana. He is beating Ache with a stick. And Ache's going to hit him with a combo. Jowney's just going to continue. No, he will finally back up, though. Ganks is here to help him. But now they know. They saw exactly what the plan was. And he's going to go unstoppable. Jowney has enough damn mana for the counter strike. For the counter, and he will get the kill, and Leviatan continue to battle back, and now they lead by 2,800 gold, and that's really how it's done. This is the team play of Leviatan coming through huge. Incredible engage. Paco just laying the damage. Jowney laying in the damage. Ganks unafraid to go forwards. They sacrifice Ignabilu after his noble cause of going in. Flash for flash. Sadly, Saya gets a phenomenal stun combo. Sadly, unsteady ground is not exactly what you want to be standing on. The minefield is terrible for Callista to even try to fight it. And then Jowney just fighting Ache for the 10 years, it feels like. And eventually, someone comes in and ends it, and it's Ganks. And Jowney's going to get his 4th kill of the game. As we see the hollow ratings coming out for Ganks now, and that's going to be even bigger. And Virus gets a Rage Blade off of that play. And look at the damage numbers, 3,600 for Paco and Virus. And this is kind of what I mean by they could play through anyone on this team right now. They could play through anyone. You put Ganks on Nocturne, whenever he would actually be able to get it, because, yeah, you're not getting Nocturne. He can do it. You get Virus Elite, he can win with it. Paco and Jowney have shown that they can carry these games. Like, it is, this team can play through anyone. And now, I think the Leandres was finished last fight, actually, but it didn't get the kill. Mataz had the Crescent Guard available. The burn probably, actually, I think the burn was going to kill him if he didn't have damage block. As Ache and Jowney are just staring at each other kind of funky, and they're like, interesting. Ignite is going to get this control word down and back, and you can see the total gold. Yes, 10,000 for the top, for the 3 laners. Again, the 3 farming laners of Leviatan. I believe we saw this. Yeah, oh, that was a stupid idea. Anyways, I think we saw this yesterday for Estral against them, actually, and it comes true for Leviatan the day after. And Death Cap now for Saya is going to allow him to hit that much harder, but it is still going to be really difficult to really do much of anything, because you got to lock down Virus. You got to find a way to stop Paco from doing anything. And Jowney's just going to smack you over the head repeatedly. So you're going to have to find a way to block Blunt Force Trauma. That's another one that is going to be really tough to deal with. Blunt Force Trauma ain't no joke, and Jowney clearly isn't, as he is coming back with a vengeance. As I believe he is once again increasing his average kills per game, as he will, I think, break 4 now. I think he's already broken 4 kills per game, actually, if they have counted today's games. And he is at 413 per game with a 509 KDA. That is phenomenal. And he doesn't lead the league in kills per game yet for actual multiple games played. That is Kaze with 675 and Snaker with 583. But Zhao now doesn't just lead all top laners. He is third in the league in kills per game as Ache giving out the ornaments as the Rabadon's Death Crown comes through and the upgraded Kraken Slayer comes through. We see the Void Staff for Kodapako now, though. So he's going to be ignoring the Hollow Radiance and the Jock shows, as well as what I think is going to be a Spirit Visage, if I remember the path. No, I'm dumb. That's not Spirit Visage. I'm going to shut up. Oh, and the Weaver's Wall will knock everybody out. It is just Johnny, and I think they're going to try and chase him down. And they're not going to be able to, but they're going to be able to back him up, but you got other things to worry about here, buds. All of Leviatan are pushing forwards. And it's not like Saya where he was gone, the Call of the Forge God coming in. It only lands on a Kodapako, and he doesn't really take that much damage from it. And the smite is going to go to Leviatan. A successful robbery from Ganks. And there it is. Drink Soul denied once again, not even needing to fight. All they need to do is stand there, look scary, and encourage politely 6 Karma not to fight them as they take away their soul once again. And actually, we are seeing Wit's End here. I didn't even notice it. And the Terminus. Oh, Rebel's already so low. He's got to be insanely careful. Kodapako's damage is unreal. And now Terminus. Oh, Terminus is so good. Gank's just beating up the Baron a little bit while trying to clear a ward because of the because of his Radiance. We'll eventually be able to not be fighting the Baron. We see the Frozen Heart out again. This time for Ache. I don't even think he got to that point last time. LDR for 5 Kid. Can't really do Terminus. He could do Terminus if he wanted to. The Knight's Vow. Ooh. So that's a Frozen Heart, and I'm assuming that's going to go to a Spirit Visage later because of the Spectre's Cowl. Okay, that is the plan here for Mataz, it seems. As it is again posturing around this Baron. It is the best Baron. I believe this is everyone's favorite. This is the best Baron. Should be everyone's favorite. Look at it. It looks awesome. It's the coolest one. The All-Seeing Baron is the best Baron. I love it. It gives extra gank routes to the Baron pit. Like, it has... Oh, look at it. Gorgeous. It's the best Baron layout. It should be permanent. Enough gushing over the Baron pit and game design as Ganks finds the ulti onto Rebel. There is no core engaged now for 6 Karma besides the Ornn. Ornn is nowhere to be seen right now. Ganks and Ignabilu find an incredible catch out, and now this is a chance, a 4v5 angle for Virus and company to get this kill. Zhaoni is bot lane, but he has teleport available, and the Baron is started. Igna is just going to be the distraction. The bodyguard. He's going to be able to go into the crash now, but here comes Ache's ulti. It's only going to land on the Ganks. The damage is huge, and they're not going to be able to steal the Baron. It's going to be secured by Kodapako, and now Mataz jumping onto Virus, but a great stun into the Magnet Storm. Mataz needs to go forwards, but a great Fate's Call will give Virus extra peel. Ache's going to secure the kill, though. A shutdown, but Zhaoni going forwards. Kodapako is going to find the kill onto 5 Kid. 5 Kid only had one. Zhaoni going to sidestep the seismic shove. There's the Seraph's shield, but I don't believe Say is long for this world. A very nice drift for Kodapako to become a dominating force in this game. 4-1-4, that I believe will not be the death cap finish just yet. But that's a what on the yard sale in this guy's inventory right now. Got the Bramble Vest, got the Spectre's Cowl, yard sale, but I guess I don't care. He's 1-0-10, and this all starts with Rebel being forcefully ejected from this fight and sent to his fountain. And after that, Leviatan push out this wave, get full control of mid, and say, cool, we can go. And Igna is just being the bodyguard. All he needs to do is be a bodyguard. The horn only hits ganks, and that's not really valuable. And then the smite comes through, and Kodapako actually executes it, of all people. Great Fate's Call, and it all comes down. I mean, it really does all come down to that horn. If it hits the carries, it could be a completely different story. But sadly for 6 Karma, that's just not what happens, as we are 7,000, as they fall 7,000 gold behind Leviatan now, and they are pushing in this top turret. There is no real answer for them. Oh yeah, Virus doesn't have it, neither does, yeah, I'm dumb. Igna and Virus died for the play. As we see the back and Deathcat buy and teleport for Kodapako here, and that is absolutely threatening. Ache not going to hit anybody with the Call of the Forge God, but it will at least get some space for for 6 Karma here, as their mid inhib has already fallen, and Leviatan are looking to finish the job, as Igna is just going to get juggled there for half of his health by the seismic shove. An unsteady, whatever it's called. One day I'll get it. Unsteady terrain. I'll get it one day. Jowney is just soloing a dragon, as he is going to even out the Drakes. Leviathan down 3-0 in the Drake fight, and now they are tied for soul point, and they are just battling so hard to get back into this game, and now they are rewarded with an 8,000 gold lead and a near 5,000 gold advantage from the Baron. 5,000 gold gained during that. Yeah, that was a 5,000 gold swing pretty much. But Kodapako may have been caught out. Ganks is here, but a good divide to keep everybody away, and he's going to be able to drift away from it all, and Ganks is there to just tell them to back the hell up. Is a very, very ballsy play there, and they escape by the skin of their teeth, and you see the damage numbers. There's a bit of a discrepancy. I think there's one guy doing a lot of damage here, and I'll let you see if you could spot it. It's a bit of a mid-canyon right now. Kodapako, 4 items, pump 71 CS, which doesn't really matter at this phase of the game, but you could see that it's actually given him like an item and a half lead, so it does really matter, as Rel not going to be able to get out. Ignabilu is just stunk. The Call of the Forge God comes in, but a great Fate's Call to keep his support alive, and Virus will be the hero for once for the support instead of the other way around. Jowney just taking a turret, dodging the seismic shove just by walking, and thanks Triforce. But yeah, it is just Kodapako is the team fight right now. He is hitting so hard. The Crypt Bloom, Seiya's hoping to do something here to get the damage for his team that he needs to do, as we see a Bloodthirster coming through. That's what is that? I actually need to figure out what that is. That's what? It's a Bloodthirster 4. 5 kid right now. I don't know. Randuin's. Okay, there we go. I was trying to see if there are any other new items on the field. And we got a Randuin's out for Jowney. And I believe that is actually it. Hold on. I need to figure this out, because I'm very lost right now. I've not seen that. I am... Ow, that hurt. Sorry, I actually do need to... I need to know. GA. Oh, is that the new... Okay, that's the new GA component? Steel Sigil, what are you? I need to look this up. Sorry, I know I should be, but I actually do need to know. Ah, it's the replacement. Oh, the shuffle, not going to hit anyone. Rebels flashing away. Yanks is going to follow him, but it's not going to really matter. And now Ganks and Kodapako going to start this Baron, and there is not much 6 Karma can do. Oh, a nice cancel, but Igna's going to still be able to get to the correct side of the wall to avoid that. And they are going to get their second Baron of this game. Ganks going forward now onto Mataz, just trying to buy time for Zhaoni pretty much. Okay, sorry. I just had to figure out what a Steel Sigil was, because I don't play AD champions very often, and I don't build GA super often. But now we see Ganks just eating the damage of Anche, but Anche also equally just eating the damage of Ganks. Igna and Ganks just trying to be the bouncers pretty much to entering top lane right now. They don't want to allow a single opportunity for Virus and Kodapako to get jumped on, as Zhaoni continues to keep these waves pushed in. He's looking to get Seiya. Seiya going to be able to clear these waves just fast enough as the top tier 3 will fall. Kodapako forced to flash thanks to the Ornhorn coming through, but going to be able to survive otherwise. Most importantly, they just need to stay alive more than anything. Like, you could burn your flash, you just need to live. As they're starting to hit these inhibitors, it's a 4v4, but what are the core damage dealers? 4, 6 Karma are just not here right now. As Zhaoni will finally find an angle to break onto this turret and start beating it, taking it down to just about like I'd say a tenth of its health. Seiya finally able to clear it out. Anche teleporting very aggressively. He's just gonna get shuffled away, getting divided. It's still a minute 10 to go on this Baron. The Drake is available though, and that is exactly what 6 Karma are looking for. 13,000 health. They got quite a ways to go though, as tier 3 is going down. Zhaoni is just ending the game. They're going to get the soul, but now Leviatan have an angle. As Seiya going to be able to get back, but Ange is getting jumped on right now. No one from 6 Karma is going to be able to go back. Zhaoni is just 1v1ing Seiya though, and if no one's going to be able to get back, an incredible 4-man charm, but if no one gets back, Zhaoni's just going to end the game. Igna's going insanely low. Mataz going to be able to finally get a kill on the boy. The Crescent Guard, he's dodging so much damage, but 5 Kid, he's spotted by Zhaoni, and he's just going to get jumped on. Kodapako is just soloing the Xin Zhao as he goes unstoppable. The kill goes through to Virus, and Leviatan are 2-2. 6 Karma will have to wait another day for their first win of the season as they take over sole possession of 4th in the LLA. GG given. An incredible, I mean, maybe a misplay. You can call it a misplay from 6 Karma, or you can call it what it was. Or I mean, I guess not what it was. You can call it either a misplay from 6 Karma or a very well played closing from Leviatan. Either one works. You can call either. But it is what it is. They left Zhaoni to split push for a little too long, and by the time they went to respond to it, all of Leviatan were on top of 6 Karma and making sure that they could not interrupt his push. So he could go and end this game, and it worked out. Leviatan, they took, I mean, I guess 6 Karma took the gamble and it didn't pay off. They thought maybe they could finish this faster than Leviatan can end the game, and they couldn't. And Zhaoni wins the race as Leviatan go to 2-2 on the season and win the first game 3 of the year. And I am really tired. I would love to keep going, but I am insanely tired right now and want to eat and then fall asleep and die. So that actually will be it for me for tonight, even though this is earlier than usual, but also we're usually on to the 4th game of the night by now. Whoops, and transition the screen. So with Leviatan picking up the first 2-1 of the year and getting their second win of the season, that'll be it for the kimchicast. I am too tired to continue doing this for the rest of the night, to do Infinity versus All Knights. As fun as it would be to cast that absolute dumpster fire, I am tired and want to sleep. So I'm Box Kimchi. This has been the kimchicast for day 5 of the LLA Spring Split 2024. Have a great night.